Hello all. In this class, we are going to learn the four fundamental subspaces. Okay. The four fundamental subspaces are column space, null space, row space, and left null space. Correct. So just we'll go through the definition first. Then we'll try to solve the problem, and we'll try to find out all the subspaces, all the four subspaces, and its basis vectors also. Okay. So definition: null space is nothing but as, if you remember, I told you it is nothing but as value of x when we consider it as a homogeneous system, that is Ax is equal to 0. So accordingly, let A be an m cross n matrix. Okay. Let A be an m cross n matrix. The null space of A is the set of solutions of the homogeneous system Ax is equal to 0. Okay, I told you, right? It is the value of x. It can be x, y, z. It can be x, y, z, u, v. It depends on the vector space. If it is R raised to n, then you will have n components in that column. Okay. So it will have n components in that column. So if it is three-dimensional, then it is x, y, z. You will get x, y, z in this x value. Okay. So coming to column space, let A be an m by n matrix with column vectors a1 to an in R raised to m. We define the column space of A to be subspace of Rm spanned by the column vectors. Okay. If you remember column space, we defined it in the starting lectures that it is nothing but as the unique columns in the matrix. Okay. Spanned, what is the meaning of spanned? I just wanted to show you. See, consider this matrix. Okay. In this matrix, I have these two columns which are unique. Okay. These two columns are which are unique. But if you take any other column here, okay, any other columns, see here, this one is nothing but as addition of these two columns. Okay, this one is addition of these two columns. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 0 is 0, 3, 4 plus 2 is 6, and 3 plus 5 is 8. And this is a square of one column, so that is second column. It is square of second column. 4, 9, 16, 25. 3069 is, it is 3 times the first column, means it's a scalar multiplication of the first column. It is a scalar multiplication of the first columns. And this is 4, 3, 8, 11. This is in the form of A into column, first column, plus B into second column. Means we are scalar multiplying also, and we are doing the superposition addition also. Okay. So this is nothing but as 2 into first column and 1 into second column, and the addition of both. So 2 into 1 is 2 plus 2. 2 into 1, 2, 4. So that is 4. So these 4 column vectors are not the basis, or are not the column space, because these are not unique. This can be formed by using the other two column vectors. So these are called the column space. These two column vectors are called as column space. Okay. So that's what I wanted to tell. What is span means, the spanning set of the matrix A is, if somebody asks what is the spanning set of the matrix A is, means it is nothing but as it's a column space. Means it is, they are asking you about the unique column vectors in the matrix A. So spanning set of this matrix A is nothing but as 1, 0, 2, 3 column 1, and next column vector is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is called as spanning. So column space is nothing but as, okay, it is a subspace spanned by the column vectors. Okay. Coming to row space, it is just transpose, right? It is just transpose of a matrix, right? Row means column space, you are considering column vectors. If it is row space, it will be row vectors, right? Means the next rows you need to check first whether the other rows are any scalar multiplication of the unique vectors, or unique row vector, or any addition of the unique row vectors. Okay, on the similar lines. So last one is left null space. Okay, see, when you try to find out the value of x, when Ax is equal to 0, when we try to find out the value of x when we are performing on a homogeneous system, that is Ax is equal to 0 form, means this x value will specify the null space. But left null space is nothing but it's transpose. It is when A transpose X is equal to 0. Okay, it is the value of X again. So X can be of any number of components. It can have one component, it can have two components, three components, depending on the vector space which is defined. Okay, so left null space is nothing but as it is the value of it's a solution of equations when it is in the form of e raised to t x is equal to 0. Okay, so these are the four fundamental subspaces which we are going to find out in an example, so that it will be more clearer for you. Okay, so going to the example now. Question is computing the four fundamental subspaces. Suppose B is equal to, there is one elimination matrix given and there is upper triangular matrix. Okay, so suppose he has already decomposed the main matrix and he has given in the form of L and U. Okay, this is nothing but as L matrix and this is U matrix. Okay, so B is given by L into U. Find the basis for and compute the dimension. Okay, for each of the four fundamental subspaces. So what are our four fundamental subspaces? One is column space, null space, then row space, then left null space. Okay, so we'll try to find out one by one. Okay, slowly. So we'll go for the column space. So dimension of column space. Okay, it is nothing but as pivots in the U matrix. The matrix given is in the form of L into U. Okay, so what is the pivot here? See, this forms the pivot because this element is 1 and this can be made 1 if we take 5 outside. We can take 5 outside and divide this row by 5, 3 by 5. This will become 0 by 5 is 0 again and this 5 will become 1. Okay. So you found out that these two are the pivot elements, this one and this one. Okay, these two are the pivot elements. So the dimension of the column subspace is, it is 2. Dimension is nothing but as it is the vector space in basis, right? Basis is nothing but as the column vectors which are unique or the pivots, right? Now which one we found out? Okay, then we need to find out the vectors, right? Vectors for the column subspace. So what is it? How will we get that? See, it is also equal to pivot columns in the L matrix. Okay, you can still cross check here. See, this is given L, okay, and this is given U. We will try to find out the main matrix B. Okay, we will multiply this 3 by 3. Okay, we will result in a 3 by 3 matrix, that is this. And when you get this, we will try to perform the row operation -2 so that keeping this as a pivot first and next this as a pivot. Okay, we are performing this and we are getting this value. So 503 0 1 1 0 0 0. Here I told you we need to take 5 out so that this will become 1 and this will become 5. Okay, so these are the two pivot elements. So what it is referring to? It is referring to first two columns form the pivot. Okay, this lengthy process you need not do. You need not do the matrix multiplication and then write the column vectors. You can just directly use the columns in the L matrix. First find out the pivots, which are the two pivot columns or rows. Accordingly, you take those columns or rows in the L matrix. Okay, see here. So here we have these two pivots in main matrix. So first two. So first two is this one. 1, 2 minus 1 and 0 1 0. Okay, see. These are the basis for the column subspace. So what we have found out? Two things we have found out. One is dimension, then is the basis for the column subspace. So similar things will be applying for the all other subspaces also. Okay, now coming to null space. Null space is nothing but as the total number of columns in the given vector, given matrix minus the number of pivots. So number of pivots what we found it is 2. and total number of columns in the matrix is 3. So null subspace is nothing but as 1. Okay, so null subspace is 1. Dimension of null subspace is 1 means we have one vector in the basis. Okay, basis of the null subspace. So how to find out that basis vector? See, I think in previous class also we have done this. To find out the null space, use the free variable in the operated matrix where you try to find out the pivots. Okay, where you found out that these two are the pivot elements, and you found out that this element is, this column is free variable, means third column is a free variable. Third column in the sense, third component in the sense, it is a z variable. So what we'll do, we'll put z is equal to 1. Okay, for this column z is equal to 1, for this row, sorry. Okay, so we need to find out x, y, z components of the null subspace. Okay, so we have only one basis vector, so we are trying to find out that. So free variable z is equal to 1. So in this row we have 1 into y plus 1 into z. Z is 1 value, right? We have considered it as a 1 value. So put that in this equation. Okay, that is nothing but as, see, we are always dealing with Ax is equal to 0 form when we are talking about the null subspace. So we will equate this value equal to 0. So 0 into x plus 1 into y plus 1 into z. Z value we know that 1. So y will be equal to minus 1. When it is equated to 0, it will be equal to minus 1. Similarly, try to put these y and z value in this row. So 5x, that is 5x, plus 0y, that is 0, plus 3z, that is here. 5x plus 3z is equal to 0. Z value you know already, right? Z is 1. So 1. So that will be x is equal to minus 3 by 5. So you have found out the x, y, z value. So that is minus 3 by 5 and minus 1 and 1. This forms the column vector which is a null space, which belongs to the null space. Okay, minus 3 by 5, minus 1 and 1. See, this is the basis. So what we studied now? We studied dimension of null subspace. Okay, how to find out the dimension of null subspace? It is nothing but as the main column vectors should be subtracted from the total number of columns already present in the matrix, right? So that is 3 minus 2 is 1, and for that, so 1 means we will have one vector. So one vector we have found out by placing free variable z is equal to 1, right? So going to the next one, that is row subspace. So again we need to find out two things. One is dimension of the row subspace, and second is the basis, means according to dimensions those many column vectors you will find in the subspace of the row. Okay, row subspace, right? So what is row subspace? Row subspace is nothing but is dimension of the column subspace when the matrix is transposed, right? Are you getting me? See, when we transpose this, where is the main this one? Yeah, this one. Okay, when we transpose this will become 503, then 011, then last is 00. Now we were looking, I mean, for column subspace we are looking vertically. For row subspace we need to look horizontally, right? We need to look horizontally. Instead you can transpose this and find out the pivots in the vertical direction only. That's what it is saying. So dimension, it is nothing but as dimension of row subspace is nothing but as dimension of the column when it is a B transpose. So if I transpose this, you will again find out the value of number of pivots will be 2, because it is the same matrix, right? It is the same matrix. Only thing is we are doing on a row operation. Instead that we can transpose and then again find out the same pivots in the same columns, right? So it will be again same. So the basis for the row subspace will be 2 pivot rows. Okay, what are the two rows? See here, if you try to see horizontally like this, which are the 2 elements? So this will form 0 and these 4 will become the pivot elements. Okay, so again first 2 rows will be pivot elements. So those 2 rows will become the subspace of the, it becomes the row subspace of the main vector space. Okay, that is 503 and 011. Correct. So coming to the last part, so fourth subspace is left null space. Left null space means, I told you, it is, what is it? It is A transpose X is equal to 0. It is the value of X. For null subspace, it is Ax is equal to 0. For left null space, it is A transpose X is equal to 0. So what we can do, already our and it is similar to the dimension of null space, right? Now in null space, what we did, the actual number of actual pivots is subtracted from the total number of the columns. Here also total number of actual pivots, row pivots, will be subtracted from the total number of the rows. So that will be equal to 1. So here also we are getting one column vector in the left null space, left null subspace. So what is it? So what the question is, B is equal to LU form they have given, right? So I can take this L this side, right? So that is L inverse B equal to U. Okay, so I can write in this form, fine. And so is it not equal to, is this equation equal to this A transpose X is equal to 0 form? No, right? No. Why? Because the first two rows are different. So we will only consider where only 0 exists, right? We want in the form of A transpose into X is equal to 0 form. So this last row will become the left null subspace vector. Okay, this is the row vector which forms the null subspace, that is 101. And remember, when you are taking L inverse B, see, the L given L value is, it is 1, 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 1 here. Okay, see, this is positive 2 and this is negative 1. And I told you, when we are doing LU decomposition, I told you that when you are trying to take a inverse of a elementary matrix, okay, elementary elimination matrix, sorry, when you are trying to take the inverse of the elimination matrix, the only thing you need to do is just to reverse the sign of these vectors. Okay, just reverse the sign of these vectors. So in question it is positive 2 and negative 1. Here I am taking L inverse is my negative 2 and positive 1. So only our vector becomes 1, 0, 1, right? So we have found out all the four fundamental subspaces, its dimension also, and the corresponding vectors also, column vectors or row vector. Okay. So summary of this class is, see, you should remember all these points. Okay, to avoid wasting more time on calculating the main matrix and doing other things. See, for column subspace, you just need to use the column of the L matrix. Just find out the pivots and corresponding to those pivots, find out those columns in the L matrix. Remember, it is referring to L matrix. For null subspace, we use XYZ value of the U matrix. Okay, it is nothing but as XYZ of the U matrix. In U matrix, we are trying to put, we will put Z equal to 1, which is a free variable. Then find out the X and Y value. Okay, and for row subspace, we use rows of the U matrix. See, remember, column space we are dealing with L matrix, row space we are dealing with U matrix, and for left null space we use the inverse of L matrix, right? The last question what we did is the L inverse. And how to do the L inverse? We just need to change the sign of the elimination matrix. Okay, so remember, column space is for L, column space and left null space deals with the L matrix, and for null space and null subspace and row subspace we deal with the U matrix. If a complete main matrix is given, you can still decompose it, you can factorize it and get the value of L and U, and then you can use the L and U matrix directly to find out the four subspaces. Okay, four fundamental subspaces, right? Okay, thank you.